Hey there guys, this is Obsidian Chill. Got another video for you today. And in this one, this is targeted more towards newer players or beginners to DC Universe Online. A lot of you are watching this won't be relevant because you're already aware of it, but I still do get plenty of questions, especially on the gadgets guide, but just in general, what is clipping, what is jump canceling, why are you using turret if you're not actually going to summon it. So this video is going to address those questions and kind of break down a little bit easier to explain and show what actually is clipping in DC Universe Online and how it applies to you as a player. Now, jump canceling is pretty similar. It has a similar effect, so that's why I'll loop both in together. So if you hear the terminology like clipping or jump canceling, that is essentially targeted towards eliminating unnecessary animation or an animation that you don't need of your abilities or your weapons to basically increase your damage overall because you're not having to sit through these wasted animations. And what I mean by that, we'll show some examples. Gadgets, I'll show an example with Earth as well, just to kind of show you a different kind of situation. Well, but gadgets is really simple to explain and show it. So we got, in terms of my powers, we've got Taser Pull. This is Super Speed, Cyclone Push, Suppressor Turret, Napalm Grenade, P-Dart, Stealth, and then Stealth I have EMP Pulse, just for purposes. Don't think of this as actually rotation. This is just showing examples, and then I'll show weapon examples too. So Cyclone Push, if I actually do the animation, you can see how long that is. So say if I try to do like Cyclone Push, wait for that to finish, then do Napalm Grenade, I'm adding like an extra like 2 seconds to the actual animation or the rotation and before I can actually get the damage out. But with Suppressor Turret, this will be a jump canceling example. So if I use Suppressor Turret, you see the charge bar, it summons the turret. It attacked because I was in combat. But if I jump cancel it, as you can see, I still use the power cost, it still uses the animation cooldown of Suppressor Turret, but I don't actually have it summoned. And what it allows me to do is basically clip the animation of Cyclone Push with Suppressor Turret. So normally it would look like this, but with Suppressor Turret, I still get the full damage, but I've clipped it. So I don't need to waste animation, so instead of going like Cyclone Push, then Napalm Grenade right after, I can go, we'll wait for the damage to stop just so you can see it. I can go Cyclone Push and clipped it. So I can get the damage from Cyclone Push and the Napalm Grenade at the same time. So basically I'm saving myself like 2 seconds worth of animation towards going to my damage. Similarly with Taser Pull, if I do it here, it's a longer animation. But there I can clip it, say if I can clip turret, go into Napalm Grenade, still get the full animation damage from Taser Pull, clipping it with Suppressor Turret, then going into Napalm Grenade. So essentially you're saving yourself, you're cutting yourself useless animation, and which will increase your damage overall. Now gadgets and mental have another example with it in terms of stealth. So stealth just allows you to have an extra loadout. For this example, normally I would click P-Dart, and then have to wait for the animation to finish, and then before I go into stealth, and then EMP. But I can actually clip it with stealth, so you're going to see me hit 5, 6, and then EMP pulse in stealth, and I'm going to have all the damage within 1 second. So I could go. So right there, I got the damage from P-Dart, I got the damage from stealth, and I got the damage from EMP pulse, all right in that time. So if I go to like my logs, you'll see everything's hitting: stealth hit, EMP pulse hit, P-Dart hit. So I'm still getting the full damage, but you saw how much faster that was. It also applies to like trinkets. So for example, I've got my DPS trinket. This will clip everything. My pet trinket, orbital strike, and spy drop. So say if I drop like even like a spy drop, you'll see I'm waiting the animation the whole time, and then I can start DPSing. Same thing with like if I summon a pet, I've got to wait for the whole animation to finish completing. Same with an orbital strike. So what I can do is I can clip these either with a power or with my DPS trinket in this case. So you'll see orbital strike, I can clip with a trinket, I can still go back normal DPSing, and then I didn't have to actually sit through the entire animation of the orbital strike. Same thing with the ally. There's different types of clips you can do, but if I don't want to wait for the entire animation of Superman, I can clip it with my soda. So you'll see Superman in the bottom right. I'm going to clip it with my number 7 soda. Superman ally came out. I drank only saw I had the soda animation. Then I can go back into my rotation. So that's what it means by clipping your utility belt or clipping your trinkets. And with gadgets, I still have that ability to clip Cyclone Push into Vortex or whatever you're going to do. And then jump canceling. Jump canceling refers to anything like, say, for example, I use like Photon Blast here, which will be the finisher. This applies to any finisher, vulnerable to interrupt. So say, for example, I don't want to sit in this entire Photon Blast animation. Say if I have to block or move, all I have to do is jump and I get out of the animation. Obviously, you're going to lose your damage in this place because that's why it's referred to as jump canceling. I'm canceling the damage. I'm canceling the animation. So I do Photon. I can cancel it. Depending on when you do it, you may get like 1 tick. But say if I had to block or jump or something like that, I can get out of it. I'm not stuck in that channel. And that's what that means. Same thing. Say if I got out of combat and put like heat vision on, that one may be like a more common example you're used to. Same thing. If I'm in the long animation heat vision, have to block, I can just jump cancel and cancel it. Obviously, this is not what you want to do in combat because it's canceling the damage. You're not clipping it or anything like that. You just, in case you have to block, in case you have to roll, move, whatever, deal with mechanics, you have that ability to cancel that. But that's not something you want to do. That's just showing it as an example. So if I can change to Earth here and show you an example as well. Every roll, like healers clipping all their multiple healing. So instead of having to hit like your priority, then you hit a group heal, then you hit a heal over time, you can clip all those 3 together. You get your priority, you get your group heal, and then you get your heal over time at the same time. It's not like if you clip something, you don't actually lose the previous ability. You get that as well. You're just canceling the animation. So for Earth, especially for tanking, we can show it in tank stance just to be official. We've got Fortified Golem, we've got Unstoppable, and then we've got, we'll just use Hardlight Shield and then summon Brick here. Where'd Brick go? So if you're Brick tanking and Brick dies, you have to summon Brick quickly so that you have that damage mitigation. Because if you're not running Aftershocks, you're only relying on Brick, you don't have any extra damage mitigation because Brick is dead. So if I just have to sit through the entire animation of Brick, I have no protection at all while I'm doing that. So I'm still taking damage from the ads. I'm still taking damage from the boss. So I have no extra protection up while Brick is being summoned. So what I can do is I can clip that animation with a shield. A shield will clip anything. Healer shield, controller shield, tank shield. That'll clip any ability. So then I can clip my Brick summon with Hardlight Shield. So Brick still summons. And I've got the shield for extra protection. It's the same concept with like Fortified Golem. If I want to apply power to my Brick, or same thing as like offering for sorcery, I have to sit through the whole Fortified Golem animation. It doesn't do me anything. I'm still taking damage from it. But what I can do is I can clip that with a power like Unstoppable, still get the Fortified Golem ability, and then I also get the Juggle from Unstoppable. So by clipping these 2 powers together, I'm getting the benefits of both abilities. So not just eliminating animation to save yourself DPS time, but clipping also, has the advantage of using both abilities of both powers at the same time. So another really easy example is weapons. We can go one-handed. I just gotta make sure I have enough in Flurry. So if I'm gonna do, we'll just ditch Brick here for a moment. So if I'm gonna do a weapon combo like Flurry, as you can see, I've got to wait for this whole animation to play out at the end there. But if I'm clipping it, so say I'll do the Flurry, I'm still getting the full damage from Flurry, except I was able to clip it. So we'll show it again there. This is what it would look like if I'm not clipping it. So as you can see, I'm wasting that extra 2 seconds at the end with all the weapon animation, but if I'm clipping it, I still get the full weapon damage, but I get to basically clip the end of that animation and go back into my normal DPS rotation without having to worry about wasting powers. So for example, if we just quickly go back to gadgets, I can show this as well. It can be done with other abilities, but gadgets will just show the mines example. Where's Implosion Mine? And if I was going to use Flurry Shot. So if you're Flurry Shotting for single target, as you can see, if I'm not clipping it, you have to wait for the entire duration to end. The charge bar, I basically drop to the ground before I can Flurry Shot again. And as you can see basically how slow it is if I allow the full animation to play out. But if I use something to basically, you're jump canceling the end of flurry shot and basically clipping it with the power and jump canceling that ability. So you'll see these are 2 mines from Gadget. So if I do flurry shot, I can jump cancel these, get back into my flurry without having to waste the end of the animation. And this can be done with Dervish. The same thing applies for like Brawling Shuriken Storm. You're basically saving the end of the animation of that weapon combo, which is basically just useless. It's not doing anything. It's just basically either like a dovetail animation or the basically animation of the weapon combo playing out like Flurry. But you're able to jump cancel that and clip that to basically eliminate that downtime, so you're going right back into it. So really, clipping and jump canceling is really important for DPS because it increases exponentially the DPS potential of your rotation. I know some people say, that's not natural. The game should play out the animations, but it's the same thing with powers, with abilities. The game's always worked like that. That's what's made DC Universe Online a popular MMO in the past, because of this fast, fluid weapon, this combat style that was designed by Tunzo. You guys won't know Tunzo, but some of you may. But old developer, he designed the combat system for DC Universe Online. So it's even being acknowledged by the devs. They've tried to like tail back clipping, and that's what's kind of led to like a mass exodus and the kind of taking over of the game. But essentially, history-wise, all you need to know is that clipping was basically the happy mistake of the beta, and it's been in there all the time. So that's what kind of leads to this fast, fluid game style. I know other MMOs are different, where you have to play out the entire animation. Some animations take like 20 seconds to complete and everything, but DC is basically kept that fast and fluid. Okay, so from like a healer perspective, if I'm taking damage as a healer, I can hit my priority. I need to take a bit more damage here. I can hit then my group heal, then I can hit like a heal over time. But as you can see, that's not doing much good because I'm taking all this damage in between. But if I clip it, I can clip all 3 heals together, still have all the same healing effect. I'm still getting my priority, I'm still getting my group heal, I'm still getting my heal over time with Galvanize. But with it being clipped, I can basically give a greater potential in terms of burst heals. So what I wouldn't want to do would be, like I said before, if I'm taking damage or my group is taking damage, I don't want to just sit there and hit that priority, then a group heal, then a heal over time. Without clipping that, I'm still taking massive damage in between. I'm not really making up any of that ground, where then if I clip it all together, I'm getting all 3 effects at the same time, in the same duration as it took to clip, like to use 1 power. So that's basically how clipping kind of is a main staple of this game, because you wouldn't want to just hit 1 ability at a time or just kind of keep spamming priority. As a healer, it allows me to be in a situation where I can use multiple heals at once without any drawbacks. And it allows myself to keep up much better. So these are just little examples that I want to show, just for tanking, basically for healing, for DPSing. Any role in DC Universe Online would use clips and would use jump canceling in everyday practice in this game. This is something that has been, like I said, a main staple in this game for 12 years, and I use a lot of the terminology in my videos as well. So for players to understand when I say jump canceling or when I say clipping, or you see that in the forums or read about it in on the guides or anything else, that's what that means. Essentially, it's either saving animation or benefiting from multiple abilities with the previous ability being clipped, and still benefiting from both. So I know you still may have questions about it, certainly if you're a new player, so leave those in the comment section. Either myself or others can always address your concerns. So take care. Thanks for watching.